Hello everyone, my name is Ben and welcome to this video tutorial on counting in binary. So the last video tutorial we talked about the decimal and binary number systems, and this time we're going to be taking a look at just counting in binary. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at we're going to count in binary from numbers 1 through 20. We should make a note that the number 0, I need the color white there. So the number 0, which is a decimal number, is also the same as binary, which is 0. It just has no value. And then for the number 1, remember with our first place, we had that was just 1. Some people like to use 2 binary digits, putting 0 here in the 2's place, so we call it 0, 1. And then for the 2, for the decimal number 2, you know it's in the, you could put a 1 in the 2's place and then a 0 in the 1's place because it's just 2. So that's 1, 0. And then for the number 3, well, 3 is 2 plus 1. So we know we have a 1 for the 2's place and a 1 for the 3's place. So that's going to be the binary number 1, 1. And then for the 4's, for the number 4, we have a 1 in the 4's place, a 0 in the 2's place, and a 0 in the 1's place. So number 4 is binary number 1, 0, 0. And then for the number 5, we know that 5 is 4 plus 1. So we have a 1 in the 4's place, a 0 in the 2's place, and a 1 in the 1's place. So we get the binary number 1, 0, 1. And then for the number 6, we have, that's 4 plus 2. So we're going to have a 1 in the 4's place. We're going to have a 2 or 1 in the 2's place. And then we're going to have a 0 in the 1's place. So that's just going to be 1, 1, 0. And then for the number 7, let's see, for the number 7, that's just going to be what we had, 6 plus 1, 7, or 4, and then 2, and then 1. So we know we're going to have a 1 in the 4's place. We're also going to have a 1 in the 2's place, and we're going to have a 1 in the 1's place. So that gives us binary number 1, 1, 1 for 7. And then for 8, we that's actually 1 power of 2. So we're just going to have a 1 in the 8's place, and then the rest of the digits that come after are going to be zeros. So 0 in the 4's place, 0 in the 2's place, and a 0 in the 1's place. So that's just going to be 1, 0, 0, 0. And then for the number 9, that's just going to be 8 plus 1. So we're going to have a 1 in the 8's place, a 0 in the 4's place, 0 in the 2's place, and a 1 in the 1's place. So we get the binary number 1, 0, 0, 1. For the number 10, we see that that's going to be 8 plus 2 is 10. So we have a 1 in the 8's place, a 0 in the 4's place, 1 in the 2's place, and then a 0 in the 1's place. So we get the binary number 1, 0, 1, 0. And then for the number 11, we know that that's going to be 8 and then plus 3. So we're going to have a 1 in the 8's place, 0 in the 4's place. We're going to have a 1 in the 2's place and a 1 in the 1's place. So that will give us the binary number 1011. And then the number 12, that's going to give us the 8 plus 4. So that gives us 12. So we'll have 1 in the 8's place, a 4 in the 4's place, or I should say 1 in the 4's place, and then we just have 2 zeros after it. So 8 plus 4 is 12. So that's 1100. And then for 13, we have 8 plus 5 is 13. So we have a 1 in the 8's place. We have a 0. Let's see. Actually, we have a 1 in the 4's place. That's right. And then a 0. That's right. 2's place. And a 1 in the 1's place. So we had an 8. So a 1 there, and then 1 in the 4's place. 8 plus 4 is 12, and then we just had another 1 in the 1's place. So 8 plus 4 plus 1 is 13. So we get the binary number 1101. And now for 14, that's going to be 8 and then plus 6. So we need to get 8 here. So 1 in the 8's place. We have 1 in the 4's place. And we also have a 1 in the 2's place. And then a 0 in the 1's place. So 8 and 4 and then 2 gives us 14. So we have 1110. Then for 15, that's going to be 8 plus 7. So that's going to give us a 1 in the 8's place, a 1 in the 4's place, a 1 in the 2's place, and then even a 1 in the 1's place. So 15 is actually 1111. So you get all ones. And then for 16, that would be our next power of 2. So we're going to have a 1 16th place, 0 in the 8's place, 0 in the 4's place, 0 in the 2's place, and a 0 in the 1's place. Okay, and then 17 is going to be a 1 in the 16th place, and then we just need one more at the end. 16 plus 1 is 17. So we get 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. And then for 18, we're going to get 16 and then plus 2. So we're going to have 1 in the 16th place, 0 in the 8th place, a 0 in the 4th place, a 1, we need a 2 in the 2's place, and a 0 in the 1's place. So that's going to give us 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. And then for 19, 16 plus 3 is 19, so we're going to have 1 in the 16th place, a 0 in the 8th place, a 0 in the 4th place, and then we just need 3 more. And we learned that earlier 3 is 1, 1, so we're going to add 2 ones here. So that's going to be 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. And then for 20, we're going to have that's going to be 16 plus 4. So we have a 1 in the 16th place, a 0 in the 8th place, and then we have a 1 in the 4th place, and then a 0 in the 2's place, and a 0 in the 1's place. So that gives us the number 20. So we have 1, 0, 1, 0, 0 for the number 20. Okay, so I just wanted us to learn how to count in binary from the numbers 1 through 20. And just to review, you know, the first number, if we just start even with 0, that's just going to give us 0. There's no value. And then with 1, you know, you do 2 digits, so that's 1's place. The 2 is in the 2's place, so that's going to be 1 and 0. So you kind of have to figure out, you know, where you need the 1s and where you need the 0s, because, you know, 3, you just use your base power of 2, you know, that's 2 plus 1. So you need a 1 for the 2 here and a 1 for that 1. So it gives you 3. And then, of course, once you get to the next power of 2, you're just going to have a 1 in that place, and the rest of the numbers are going to be 0. And then you're just going to use that base or that power of 2 and then add it to something else to give you the next number. So 5, that's 4 plus 1. And then 6 is 4 plus 2. 7 is 4 plus 3. And then same thing with 8. So you notice that at 8, you go to the 8's place. The remaining digits are 0. And then you do 9's 8 plus 1. 10 is 8 plus 2. And then 11, 8 plus 3, etc. So you just keep adding using that power of 2. And then that'll help you get the where to put the 1s and the 0s. And then finally we get to our last power of 2, which is 16, at least from 1 through 20, but you can continue doing this forever if you like. Although I don't recommend it. But at least counting through 20 gives you an idea, you know, a taste of how to count in binary. So with 16, you know, you have it go to 16th place. 17 is 16 plus 1. 18 is 16 plus 2. And then 19, 16 plus 3. And so you can kind of refer back to these earlier numbers. You notice that, you know, 17 is 16 plus 1. So you see 0, 1 is the same thing as here. And then same thing with 18, 16 plus 2. You notice that 2 looks like this, 1, 0. So we'll have 1, 0 here at the end. And then 19 is 16 plus 3. So when you look at 3, you have 2 1s here, as like we do here. And then 16 plus 4 is 20. So you have 1, 0, 0 for 4. And then that helps you get these digits here, 1, 0, 0 at the end. So kind of use the numbers that you learned earlier with the single digits, and that'll help you get the more bigger numbers with binary. Again, my name is Ben. Thank you for watching this video tutorial on counting in binary, and stay tuned for more math videos. And take care, and have a good day. Bye-bye.